Look down at your stomach right now. What you see there provides a direct window into your internal health. Is it a hard, protruding drum, a soft, stubborn pooch, or a sagging apron hanging over your belt? Most weight loss advice treats these as the same problem. We're told the midsection is simply a storage unit for extra calories, and the only way to reduce it is to increase cardio and decrease food intake. However, biology tells a completely different story. These three distinct shapes are driven by specific internal triggers: chronic daily stress, toxic environmental hormones, or organ distress. In some cases, what appears to be a weight problem isn't fat at all. It is actually blood plasma leaking from the liver and pooling in the abdominal cavity. Because these conditions have such different origins, the standard eat less, run more approach often fails. To see results, you have to address the specific biological mechanism driving your body shape. The first archetype is the hard drum. This is a tight, pressurized protrusion. If you poke it, it doesn't jiggle. It feels like a tire. This is a primary indicator of severe hepatic or liver stress. Think of your liver as a high-performance filter for your blood. When you consume high-fructose corn syrup or alcohol, that filter becomes clogged with scar tissue. Eventually, blood attempting to pass through the liver hits a physical wall. Your heart continues to pump blood, creating massive back pressure. This pressure becomes so intense that blood plasma sweats through the walls of your veins and pools in your abdomen. This fluid buildup, known as ascites, is what creates that hard, drum-like shape. Fixing this requires a liver rehabilitation protocol. Beyond removing fructose, you can use TUDCA. This bile salt thins the bile, turning the thick sludge back into a liquid so the liver can finally drain and the swelling can subside. If your midsection is filled with pooled organ fluid, traditional abdominal exercises are useless. You cannot do sit-ups to burn away a liver crisis. You have to clear the filter first. The second shape is the hormonal shield. This is a soft, squishy pooch that sits low on the abdomen. It often acts as a biological storage unit for specific toxins. Modern environments are saturated with xenoestrogens. When we microwave food in plastic containers or drink from plastic water bottles that have been sitting in a hot car, these synthetic chemicals leach into our system. These chemicals are molecular mimics. They lock onto your body's estrogen receptors, signaling your endocrine system to aggressively store fat in the lower abdomen to protect the organs from these toxins. Neutralizing this shield requires specific compounds found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. They contain indole-3-carbinol. Once digested, this breaks down into a molecule called DIM. DIM assists the body in processing and safely escorting these synthetic estrogens out of your system. Before we look at the third archetype, I'd like to hear from you. Which of these shapes do you see in the mirror? The hard drum, the hormonal shield, or the sagging apron? Let's see which one this community is dealing with most in the comments. You could be eating a perfectly balanced diet, but if the containers holding your food are disrupting your hormones, your body will continue to prioritize the storage of this protective fat layer. The third shape is the stress apron. This is a sagging layer of visceral fat. Unlike the soft fat under the skin, this type wraps tightly around your internal organs, your heart, intestines, and pancreas. This is driven by cortisol, your primary survival hormone. While it was designed to help us escape physical threats, modern life keeps us in a state of chronic anxiety. Your body perceives traffic and work deadlines as a constant physical danger. Under chronic stress, cortisol does something destructive. It ignores your stored body fat for energy. Instead, it breaks down your muscle tissue and converts that protein into sugar for a quick burst of energy you don't actually need. This causes your blood sugar to spike. In response, your pancreas releases insulin to manage that sugar. Insulin then takes that energy, which used to be your muscle, and stores it directly in your midsection as visceral fat. This is why high-intensity interval training often backfires for this archetype. Pushing yourself to exhaustion just spikes your cortisol levels further, fueling the very cycle that creates the belly. The solution is the anti-cortisol walk. This is long, slow, zone 2 movement. It signals to the nervous system that you are safe, allowing cortisol levels to drop and your metabolism to shift back toward using stored fat. With a stress apron, your body is effectively dissolving its own muscle to build a belly. More intensity is not the answer. Biological safety is. Identifying which shape you have changes the perspective on weight gain. It moves the conversation away from willpower and toward biological management. Your body is not working against you. It is simply responding to the environment based on its internal programming. However, even if you identify your type, one final habit can stall your progress. It involves how you hydrate. Drinking plain, unmineralized water while you are fasting can actually disrupt your metabolism. This specific hydration mistake forces the body into a defensive state, triggering hunger signals and causing the body to cling to stored energy rather than releasing it. I've broken down the science of why plain water can hinder a fast and the 2-ingredient fix you need in this next video. Click here to continue decoding your biology. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare professional before making changes to your diet, supplements, or exercise routine.